Hey everyone, so let's look into tuples now in Python, which are important concepts actually. So tuples are ordered immutable sequence of objects enclosed by round brackets. So tuples, the biggest feature of tuple is that, and it difference from list is that, in interviews sometimes they will ask you what is the difference between list and tuple because tuple and list they both can have objects of other kinds like any kinds like you can have dictionary inside a tuple, list inside tuple inside a tuple, just like lists. So what is the difference? The biggest difference is the list is mutable and tuples are immutable. So it is biggest difference. The values cannot be changed inside a tuple, and also tuples are ordered. Hence, we can index the tuples. It is possible to have a list or tuple inside a tuple, like I mentioned. Also, slicing can be performed in tuples. As I mentioned, slicing and indexing I'll cover in upcoming lectures. In one sentence, I'll describe it here that indexing helps to access elements, specific elements. If you have it at any index and you want to access it, this can be done in list, strings, or tuples. Slicing is like slicing a part of sequence, want to access a part of something like part of sequence. You can do slicing, so that's called slicing. It can be done in list, again list, string, and tuple. So yeah, let's moving on. So these are some important functions of tuple. First, see, tuples have not that many inbuilt functions. First one is length, index, and count, right? So in tuples, see, in the normal day-to-day use, when we use tuple, we use it whenever we don't want values to change, right? We can use list also, but in list you can change the value. In tuples you cannot. So this is the biggest difference and advantage of tuple, that if you want something to be fixed, keep it inside a tuple. It will won't be changed. So three major functions we have is length, index, and count, right? Length, like we seen in the list and string, it returns the length. Index will return the index of the object it first encountered, right? Like we saw in the list also. And the count will return the count of the object. And there is one important note that since tuples are immutable, you cannot perform deletion, right? Like we did in list, right? So let's dive into the small demo. So I have one tuple which I have declared here. So you can see it has almost, it has a list also, it has a tuple also, it has a string, and, make it, let's 5.5 floating table, right? And, let's make it 5.5 as well, so that it helps us in count function. Okay, so let's print this out first, like we always do. Okay, so this is printed. Now let's find out the length of tuple, right? So once you do that, you see 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the whole thing 6, and this 7, right? So this is the length function. Now we can also do index, right? Index. So as we saw that we can find the index of any object, it will return the first index, right? Where it first occurred. So it occurred at 0 and 1, 5.5. It is also there at the end, but it will return 1. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's comment this out. Now run it. 1, right? Because it is 0th and first. So the first element, 5.5, it returned. Now, one other function is count, right? So if you want the count of any object, like suppose 5.5 we have like twice, right? So let's print out the count. Okay, let me comment this out. Now run it. It gives 2, right? Because there are two 5.5s. Now let's change it to Python. Python is only once, so it will give 1. Correct. Now, as I mentioned, that it is not possible to delete perform deletion, right? Suppose we try to delete second, like 98, right? It is a second index. 0, 1, 2, so 98. Let's see. So here only it will give you some warning, right? It cannot be used in this instance. It is saying, let's try to run this now. Okay, let's see what the error comes. See, tuple object does not support item deletion. So it has told us that it is immutable and it cannot be deleted. So these are the some important things about tuple, important functions that we need to keep in mind. About indexing and slicing, these are another two important things that we can do on tuple, and we'll cover it while doing separate videos for them, demo. So this is it for tuples now. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching, stay tuned, and bye bye.